Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Special Police Squad to go after mobile criminals. Commissioner of Police, Major General Anthony Anderson, has announced plans to establish a specialized police unit of specially trained officers to respond to violent crimes in St. James. The police commissioner did not provide a timeline for the establishment of the specialized police unit, however, but revealed that it will be based on Montego Bay Hills in the parish. Earlier plans for the Specialized Operations West Unit, he said, were interrupted by the novel coronavirus but are now back on the table. It is a process of getting perhaps 200 to 250 specially trained police officers, similar to what is in Kingston, similar to what persons saw probably on social media in Oakland. Our SWAT team here in St. James will respond rapidly to evolving emergency situations or ongoing situations, Major General Anderson stated. He was speaking yesterday at the opening of the upgraded Mount Salem Police Station, which was built by the Jamaica Social Investment Fund at a cost of approximately $47.6 million, with funding from the European Union. It will serve 9,050 residents in Mount Salem and its surrounding areas. COVID-19 warning. Prime Minister Andrew Holness yesterday warned Jamaicans that he could be forced to take action should citizens fail to observe protocols concerning the novel coronavirus, noting that since the government revised the measures last month, there has been a slight uptick in the number of people contracting the virus. At the same time, he pointed out that several countries around the world have suffered setbacks in their fight against the virus as cases started to soar with the relaxation of restrictions. Holness, who was addressing yesterday's opening of the newly constructed Mount Salem Police Station in St. James, said the only solution to Jamaica overcoming the pandemic was for each person to take personal responsibility. As your Prime Minister, it is my role to balance all the considerations. It is not an easy task. The arguments on both sides are strong and compelling, but ultimately, I have a duty to the safety of the population. If it is that your behavior threatens the safety of the population, then I will have to act, and indeed not saying anything further on this matter, Holness stated. The warning from the Prime Minister came less than 2 weeks after the government relaxed the restrictions imposed as a result of the novel coronavirus pandemic, giving the citizenry more freedom, including the entertainment industry, which had been closed since March of last year when the country had recorded its first case of the novel coronavirus. Holness said the government is watching the numbers keenly, noting that a report from the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Jacqueline Bisosa Mackenzie, during Cabinet on Monday had indicated that there was a slight uptick in the positivity rates and hospitalizations. He added he sensed that most young people, especially those partying and those on summer break, are failing to adhere to the COVID-19 protocols. I have also put out on my own feelers, quite separate and apart from the surveillance of the Ministry of Health and Wellness and the surveillance from the ODPEM, to see what is happening in the parties, the nightclubs, the restaurants and all the gathering spots, and we are noticing particularly among our young people, those coming back from colleges overseas or those who are on summer break, those who have been cooped up for a long time, that they are not observing the protocols. Of course, it is hard to party and wear a mask, but you will note that every time I speak in public, regardless of the restriction on breathing, I wear my mask. I am saying to every single Jamaican, you will decide how this pandemic ends, stated Holness. Holness pointed to other countries that are now seeing a surge in COVID-19 cases, partly due to the ease of restrictions and new variants of the virus. He argued that Jamaica must be careful as, while approximately 40% of the North American population is fully vaccinated, only about 10% of Jamaican population was vaccinated with only one dose. The World Health Organization reported yesterday that deaths climbed last week after 9 straight weeks of decline. It recorded more than 55,000 lives lost, a 3% increase from the week before. Cases rose 10% last week to nearly 3 million, with the highest numbers recorded in Brazil, India, Indonesia, and Britain, the WHO stated. The reversal has been attributed to low vaccination rates, the relaxation of mask rules and other precautions, and the breakneck spread of the most contagious Delta variant, which the WHO said has now been identified in 111 countries and is expected to become globally dominant in the coming months. According to the Associated Press, the death toll in hard-hit Argentina approached 100,000, while daily novel coronavirus deaths in Russia hit record high this week. In Belgium, COVID-19 infections, driven by the Delta variant among the young, have almost doubled over the past week, and Britain recorded a one-day total of more than 40,000 new cases for the first time in 6 months. Among other countries affected by a spike in COVID-19 cases are the United Kingdom, Spain, Belgium, Russia, Argentina, Indonesia, Japan, and Australia, where 5 million residents will remain in lockdown at least through the end of July, 2 weeks longer than planned. 2 die in crash on Old Harbour Main Road. The Spanish Town Police are investigating the circumstances surrounding an accident on Old Harbour Main Road in St. Catherine on Wednesday, which claimed the lives of 2 young men. Dead are 20-year-old farmer Javoy Palomino and 22-year-old customer service agent Michael Reed, both of Old Harbour. Reports are that about 8:50 a.m., a Mazda motor car and a Yeng Yeng motorcycle were traveling along the Old Harbour Main Road in an easterly direction heading towards Spanish Town with the Mazda motor car ahead. Upon reaching a section of the roadway, the driver of the motorcycle allegedly lost control of the vehicle and collided in the Mazda motor car, then into a motor truck traveling in the opposite direction. The police said both the driver of the motorcycle and its pillion were taken to hospital where they were pronounced dead. Police searching for men who shot up passenger bus in Portmore. The Greater Portmore Police are searching for armed men who shot 2 men on a passenger bus in Gregory Park, Portmore, St. Catherine on Monday. The bus was reportedly traveling on the Gregory Park Main Road at about 6:30 a.m. when a man who was being chased by armed thugs entered the unit seeking refuge from his assailants. The gunmen opened fire on the bus, hitting the targeted man and a security guard who was a passenger. The injured men were transported to hospital, where the guard was admitted in serious condition. Cops nab men wanted for murder of teacher and tire shop owner. 2 men who were wanted for a double murder on Spanish Town Road, St. Andrew on Wednesday, March 17, 2021, were nabbed in Hampstead, St. Mary on Monday, July 12. The men were wanted by the Major Investigation Division following the shooting deaths of 36-year-old Richard Williams, otherwise called Tuppy, a tire shop repairman of Spanish Town Road, St. Andrew, and 42-year-old Kedda Gaya, a teacher of Deanery Road, Kingston 3. Williams and Gaya were at a tire shop when they were pounced upon by men traveling in a Honda Stream motor car who opened gunfire, hitting them. The police were alerted and they were taken to hospital where they were pronounced dead. The now detained men were picked up at a house in St. Mary during an operation led by the Area 2 Fugitive Apprehension Team. They were subsequently transferred to the MID where murder charges are to be laid against them. Meanwhile, citizens are being reminded that it is a criminal offense to harbor or create a safe haven for criminals. Weather in Jamaica, brace for afternoon showers. There is a trough across the Central Caribbean that is expected to remain across the region over the next few days. Against that background, the Meteorological Service of Jamaica said the forecast for Thursday morning is that there will be isolated showers across eastern parishes and it will be partly cloudy elsewhere. Brace for a wet afternoon with scattered showers and thunderstorms anticipated across most parishes. It is expected to be partly cloudy in the night. The maximum temperature expected for Kingston is 33 degrees Celsius, while Montego Bay is expected to also hit a high of 33 degrees. There is no marine warning at this time. She has stage 5 kidney disease, is partially blind and with child out of school. At 41 years old, Kemari Johnson has been reeling from the effects of stage 5 kidney disease, but says she is putting up her best fight to deal with the pain in her joints, not being able to breathe on her own and having to be wearing diapers. The thought of better days being behind her brought her to tears yesterday in the bed assigned to her at the University Hospital of the West Indies a month ago. Currently, her teenage daughter has missed 1 year of school because she lacked access to a digital device to log into online classes. On top of that, the youngster takes time out to care for her mother, who is blind in one eye and partially blind in the other. Throughout the pain, discomfort, and tears yesterday, Johnson expressed an urgent need for help to own a house, as the place she lives has become unbearable to live in, and described it as to be as small as a matches box. Johnson, in the meantime, has been receiving support from Lawrence Tavern Primary School Builder Club in St. Andrew. They have made numerous donations in food items and toiletry to the family and has committed to continue sticking by them. Before transitioning to Tarrant High School, Johnson's daughter attended the Lawrence Tavern Primary School, and it was from that time that the club advisor became aware of the family's situation and have dedicated to seeing her life improve. Even with the pain in her joints and her eyes, Johnson, a resident of East Kingston, said her ultimate goal is to secure a home for herself to save her further embarrassment and disrespect from relatives, and then gradually fix her medical issues, which include complications associated with a heart attack she received over a month ago. I would want my daughter to can go school, and I would want for dialysis to pay for, and I would want my eyes to fix, because me really want a house. My family them give me a one, but every day them cost me over it. It was help at the time, but me can't hold it there. Aside where me a fear walk, I would want something fi can put on my head and know say at my place that. Johnson said she made a living buying and selling clothes, women underwear, and other items before her health made a rapid decline. Shamika Wedderburn, guidance counselor at the Lawrence Tavern Primary School, has appealed to corporate Jamaica and Prime Minister Andrew Holness to step in and render assistance to the sick woman. She basically lives in a garrison, and right now it is being plagued by violence. She needs a home for herself and her daughter. Outside of that, the daughter needs help to get back to school and stay in school, while her mother needs medical attention, getting dialysis done twice a week, and doing the surgery on the eye. It's a whole list of things. Maybe the Prime Minister could give them a house, Wedderburn stated. A representative from the Builders Club at Lawrence Tavern Primary School added that the medication Johnson required each month is very expensive, and reinforced the call for Johnson to be given assistance. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.